open. All right, doors are open. Waiting for the tribe. Hoping to get at least a couple people, a couple tribesmates members checked in on Thanksgiving Eve. All right. No check-ins yet. We'll just wait. Oh, all right. Well, it is Thanksgiving Eve, and people might be busy and traveling and all of that. I'll wait an appreciable amount of time. Hopefully, we get some check-ins. But if not, understandable. I'll wait a few minutes. Pretty busy out there, so I know I was at the store earlier. People might forget that it's Wednesday. There's somebody. I was hoping we'd get at least one tribes member checked in. It is Thanksgiving Eve. I know people are traveling and busy, but I thought somebody might be home. Other than me, who got all the shopping done for tomorrow. I think I might have to make a quick run up for a couple things tomorrow, but I got most everything. Glad you're here. I better grab my box of Kleenex. I've still got a head cold that's running. Just in case. Oh. I took that hot toddy recipe that my roommate Lori gave me, and I made kind of a hot chai toddy. I don't know. So I used some wine and warmed it up, and I've got a cinnamon stick in here and a slice of orange squeezed in there, and it is really good. It's nice and hot. I've been having a little bit of that before I go to bed at night, and I think it's helping me sleep. Good to see you guys here. Let's wait another minute, see if anybody else shows up, and let's get some music going on this Happy Thanksgiving Eve. Hope you all are doing well out there in the Far West Valley. We are here in the East Valley, holding things down. I had just one client today, and then ran to the credit union and deposited my tip money, which covers my rent for December for my office space, so I've got that. I got a client on Friday. The doctors are off through next Monday. I like to pay early, so they will have their rent check, a bank check sitting on their one of their keyboards when they get in on Monday. So I like to stay ahead of all that. And, got that done and got shopping for tomorrow. You guys are doing well, good. right. Well, assuming we means you and Nita, let's kick it off with requests. How's that? So far, it's a private concert for just you two. So I'll play anything that you want. Let's just kick it off that way and see if anybody else joins us. All of our shopping is done also. That's the way to do it. I did it on the way home, and man, there was a lot of traffic out there. That's how military guys are, though. Like, I'm sure when you went through basic, I went through basic training. I did this as a kid anyway, but you have your uniform all laid out and ready for the next day. So you're planning ahead. So I still live by that. All right, give me some requests. Let's get some music going. Early release at 11. Oh, cool. Went into town right after that. You're a smart man. A lot of people are getting off later in the afternoon, evening, and that's when they hit it. And you stayed ahead of that curve. I like that. All right, what do you guys want to hear? We'll get some music going. I'll warm up with whatever you put up there. How's that? Jim Croce for you and Elvis for Nita. All right, let's do let's start with Time in a Bottle. If I could save time in a bottle, the first thing that I like to do is to save every day till eternity passes away, just to spend them with you. If I could make days last forever, if words could make wishes come true, I'd save every day like a treasure, and then again I would spend them with you. But there never seems to be enough time to do the things you want to do once you find them. I looked around enough to know you're the one I want to go through time with. If I had a box just for wishes and dreams that had never come true, the box would be empty except for the memory of how they were answered by you. But there never seems to be enough time to do the things you want to do once you find them. I looked around enough to know you're the one I want to go through time with. All right, kicking off this edition of Wind Down Wednesday, pre-Thanksgiving with requests. I got this little hot wine toddy thing going. It's good. Gene's there. Early Black Friday sales. Trying to get to the car to listen. All right. Well, thanks for trying. Tuning in when you can. Had to be here for my drive. For anybody that was still going to have some free time to check in. So thanks for that. Trusty Kleenex box here. Sorry, nose is head cold, still going. Thought it was over a couple days ago, then it started coming back again. Oh, all right. Requests, type them in there. Gene, I know you're at the store. Type in a request if you want. I'll just do a request night tonight, I think, unless something else pops. So, trying to get you to the car. Oh, there's the Batgirl. Yay, so glad you're here too. Welcome to Wind Down Wednesday, pre-Happy Thanksgiving. I'm so glad. I knew everybody could be traveling and busy shopping and stuff, but I was hoping to at least have a few Tribes members so we could celebrate this day before Thanksgiving. Type your requests in there. Nita, okay, so Z got Time in a Bottle. Kick this set off with that. Nita wants some Elvis. All right. I know she likes Blue Hawaii. Ipo, I love you more today than yesterday, but I love you less today, less than I will tomorrow. See the sweet Hawaiian rose, see it blossom, see it grow. That's the story of our love. Ever since we said hello, Ku'ipo, I love you. Mosquito. More today, where did that come from? More today than yesterday, but I love you less today, less than I will tomorrow. As the years go passing by, we'll recall our wedding day. I will be there by your side. You will always hear me say, Ku'ipo, I love you more today than yesterday, but I love you less today, less than I will tomorrow. Ku'ipo, you're my Hawaiian sweetheart. Ku'ipo, you're my Hawaiian sweetheart. All right, there's a double shot, back-to-back requests. In between clearing my head, sorry. I thought this had started to go away a couple days ago, and then it kind of rebounded, so to speak. So, my roommate, as I mentioned, had been sick too, so I'm just staying in tomorrow. That's why I got all my shopping done after my one client this afternoon. I jetted down to the credit union and got a bank check for our rent, which is due next Monday, but I'm going to drop that off Friday because I like to stay ahead of the schedule for my one client on Friday. So that's done. Got all the shopping done. So tomorrow's fare and feast is going to be homemade. I haven't made this in a while. Homemade seafood fettuccine Alfredo. And so I'm looking forward to making that. And I got some a big bag of navel oranges from Sprouts. So I'm going to squeeze those tonight so they can sit overnight. And we'll have fresh squeezed orange juice mimosas with dinner. So, which will probably be early to late afternoon. So I got wild caught shrimp, scallops, and Sprouts doesn't have fresh clams or mussels. So they had some frozen mussels that were stuffed. So I thought, well, I'll try that. The rest of the sauce and everything is pretty much from scratch. So homemade seafood fettuccine Alfredo. I haven't done that in a while, so it's going to be wonderful. And a Parmesan Alfredo sauce. And I got these cute little garlic and whatever little biscuits that kind of go on the side, so nice for dipping in the sauce. So that's us for tomorrow. Just gonna make that and hang out in my jammies. I might have to make one more trip up. I'm down to one more cinnamon stick. So I've been making these kind of hot toddies out of hot wine cinnamon stick, and then orange slices in the evening. And it's been helping me sleep really well, so I decided to make one before I started. I'm down to one. I may not have to make, I think I'm gonna have to make a trip, so. And one other thing I might need. So I don't know about you, but when I shop for a meal that I'm gonna make, I go through I'm just OCD. I play it out in my head like a movie. I go through the entire cooking step. There's science behind this, by the way. It's called Visual Motor Rehearsal, VMR. It was developed by a guy named he was in the movie The Secret, Dr. Dennis Watley. He was part of a team, and they developed this for NASA to help them go through all their steps and everything. And then it migrated and made its way to the Olympic program. And they hooked Olympic athletes up with all these highly sophisticated sensors, and they had them run through their event in their head. And sitting in a laboratory, their muscles started firing in the same order that they would if they were actually running it. So that's when they realized that the mind can't tell the difference between if you're actually doing it or thinking about it. So I've done this forever with songs and everything. So I go through the store and I replay exactly how I'm going to make. I picture myself cooking the recipe in my head so I don't miss any steps. And that's how I shop. So I did that today. So I got everything I needed. I didn't forget anything, but I might need a little bit more of one thing for the sauce. Anyway, so so that's what's happening here. Z says, thanks, you're welcome. Amy says, Chef Bruce, I do love to cook. It is one of my love languages, or something I love to serve other people. And it's also artistry and very zen-like, and it's meditative for me. I love to cook. Put on some smooth jazz, depending on what I'm making, and take my time and cook. Gene says, yummy. Yeah, it's actually pretty good. The secret to that sauce is butter, butter, and more butter. It's French-style cooking. There's Kevin. What's up, K-Mac? Happy hump day. Thank you. He says, yum, we're having honey-baked ham and smoked turkey. Awesome. Yeah, making all that just for the two of us. We usually kind of just do our own thing, and then my beautiful cousin Denise invited us over tomorrow. I love her family. I'm going to miss seeing them, but I still got this head cold, and I'm still just kind of tired. So doing a turkey and stuff is a lot for two people. So I told Lori, growing up here in Arizona, enchiladas and Mexican food is a viable alternative to traditional Thanksgiving. So I grew up with that. She likes when I make that on occasion, but it didn't sound good, and said, well, how about that seafood fettuccine? And she gave me a thumbs up on that. I texted her, so I picked up everything today. So I'm looking forward to making that. It's probably been a couple of years since I've done that. Yeah, Aziz, that sounds great. And he says, love butter. Yep, I don't use a ton, but when I do, it's for a specific reason. And this recipe calls for, the sauce is homemade, although I got one jar of kind of a tomato Alfredo I'll mix in. The rest is just onions, garlic sauteed. In goes the butter, in goes the heavy cream, salt, pepper, probably a few red pepper flakes just for a little heat, and some diced up fresh basil. Parsley will be the garnish. Yeah, and that's kind of the sauce. And then you just kind of do it for taste. Oh, and then a cup of Parmesan cheese minimum. That's right. That's the Alfredo. It's gonna be good. Kels is here. Good to see you. Thanks for checking in. Oh, tamales too. Yeah, I was looking at recipes for making those. I've never made them before. I have a lot of my Hispanic friends that make them. I've never done that, so I might do those between now and Christmas. Now that you mentioned that. All right, I satisfied Zianita's request. We're doing all requests, so I got all my shopping done and everything, and I came in here to threw in my laundry and fired this thing up and changed, and here we go. So anything you want to hear that I can do, I'm playing. So got the first two under my belt. Type away. Yeah, those tamales sound good. I love red beef shredded, but green are good too, so I might have to try both. They just take a while to cook, I know. Burning Love. I heard that. I was listening to Elvis channel today, pulling up to Sprouts, and that song came on. So with this pick, it sounds a little loud, but let's do it. Lord Almighty, I feel my temperature rising higher, higher. It's burning through to my soul. Girl, 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 you gonna set me on fire. My brain is flaming and I don't know which way to go. Yeah, because your kisses are lifting me higher like a sweet song. Dang it, I can't see this frame. Kisses are lifting me higher like a sweet song of the choir. Yeah, you light my morning skies with running love. I feel my temperature rising. Help me inflaming, I must be 109. Burning, burning, burning. Nothing can cool me. Yeah. I just might turn to smoke, but I feel fine. Yeah. Because your kisses lift me higher like a sweet song on the choir. Yeah, you light my mornings, I would burn in love. It's coming closer, the flames are now licking my body. Please won't you help me? I feel like I'm slipping away. Yeah. It's hard to breathe, and my chest is a heathen. Yeah, yeah, Lord Almighty, I'm burning a whole world away. Yeah, because your kisses are lifting me higher like a sweet song on the choir. Yeah, you light my morning sky, burning love, burning love. Oh, I'm just a hunka burning love. Yeah, hunka burning love. Just a hunka burning love. Yeah, burning love. Woo! Oh man, that's loosening up all that stuff. Woo! That was good. Thanks for that request. I haven't done that in a while. This little hot, kind of like German Glühwein. It's like hot wine with a cinnamon stick and an orange slice. Kind of came up with that on my own. That's been helping me sleep at night. Kind of open up all this stuff. That request did it too, so thank you. People are crazy. Yes. Kevin said had ham and turkey. Oh yeah, you guys had Friendsgiving and more eats with our boys' families tomorrow. Awesome. Wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving for me. Kels, you're welcome. Oh, and I did remember, what is this, Wednesday? Sunday I was thinking, I mentioned all those Beatles songs, and I could only remember one, which is This Boy. And then I remembered, kept thinking, what is that other Beatles song that I love? And I was blanking on it. And then finally I went into my YouTube and typed in, it brings up all your history. I typed in Beatles space, and then it scrolled down all the Beatles songs, and it's like, you're going to lose that girl. And it's like, why do I forget that song? I love that song. That'll be my own request, so I'm gonna play that. Okay, so Amy requests this one. This old man and me, we're in a bar and we're having us some beers and swapping out on cares, talking politics, blonde and red-haired chicks, old dogs and tricks, and old habits we ain't kicked. We talked about God's grace and all the hell we raised, and then I heard the old man say that God is great, beer is good, and people are crazy. He said I fought 2 wars, been married and divorced, would bring you to Ohio, damned if I know. We talked an hour or 2 about every girl we knew, what all we put them through, like 2 old boys will do. We pondered life and death, he lit a cigarette, so these damn things will kill me yet. But God is great, beer is good, and people crazy. Last call was 2 a.m. I said goodbye to him. I never talked to him again. And then one sunny day, saw the old man's face, front page obituary. He was a millionaire. He left his fortune to some guy he barely knew. His kids were mad as hell, but me, I'm doing well. So I stopped by today, just say thanks and pray. And I left a 6-pack there on his grave. And I said, God is great, beer is good, and people are crazy. God is great, beer is good, and people are crazy, yeah. God is great, beer is good, and people are crazy. Oh. All right. I had some good pucker going there. This drainage is messing with my throat. But the show must go on. As the great Eddie Wilson from Eddie and the Cruisers 2 said, music's gotta breathe, man. It's gotta live. Which I think is still a good imitation of that. So I warn you in advance, I gotta clear out my nostrils, so at patience. Let's see. Amy said secret. Oh. I haven't done that in a while. I'm going to play, yeah. There's a key change in there that even when I'm doing it well, I have to think about. But I'll just do it because I like living on the razor's edge. And we'll do it. Mark's here. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Long time, man. Thanks for checking in. He says, thank you. I meant the Beatles song. I knew exactly what you meant. Make those doggies dance, bro. What? Meaning my tonsils that I still have? I'm doing the best I can. Let's see. You'll never know how much I really love you. You'll never know how much I really care. Listen, do you want to know a secret? Do you promise not to tell? Whoa, 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 closer. Let me whisper in your ear. Say the words you want to hear. I'm in love with you. Oh, listen, do you want to know a secret? Let me, you promise not to tell. Whoa, 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 closer. Let me whisper in your ear. Say the words you long to hear. I'm in love with you. Oh, I've known a secret for the week or two. No one knows, just we two. Listen, do you want to know a secret? Do you promise not to tell? Whoa, 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 closer. Let me whisper in your ear. Say the words you long to hear. I'm in love with you. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, good request. I did mess up a couple chords in that chord change and that bridge, but I got it back on track. I haven't played that one in a long time. Let me see. I've known a secret for a week or two. Oh, it's close. I've known a secret for a week or two. No, it's not that A minor. I've known a secret for a week or two. Oh. No one knows. Oh, that's it. Just we two. Alright. I pulled it out. It's pretty close. So even when I get sketchy and go, I haven't played that in a while, it's like, I got to do it. I got to just jump in and do it, and it'll be what it'll be. But thanks for the request. That was good. That reminds me of those Beatles songs, that I really need to stay fresh on. How many dozens of songs do I say that about? Oh, I got something. I played Sunday for the first time, but there were only 2 people checked in, and I want to try it again. Mark says, happy bird weekend, bro. That's right. Amy says, sounds great. Well, thank you. That's very generous. Mark says, sorry been absent. My mom had renal. Oh, yeah. Understood. With a lot of fun stuff. Yeah. You might remember back in the summer, I traveled back down south to Alabama to visit my parents, and my mom was in a memory care center for 6 years, and then she passed 2 weeks later in July. So understood. It's life, man. But that's why we're here. We do our part to help each other through everything. So I understand. So sending good wishes out to your mom. At least for comfort and rest. Understood. And for you as well. So thanks for checking in. It is life. Yep. Amy said many times she lost her parents months apart through COVID, so there's been a lot of that. But I like that line from that movie, The Crow. People never really die as long as there's somebody here to remember them. And I love that. So we are remembering those, and we get to celebrate those lives and memories together, and also for still being alive here as they would want. And in my case, with my gift of music to help you through your week. Thanks for coming in tonight for a break. Let's see. I was going to play, I'm going to play, You're Going to Lose That Girl, because I keep forgetting that I learned it. Did I miss any others? No? Okay. So, yeah, I haven't done this in a while, and I remember this one finally. Earlier today or last night, it's like, oh, that's that Beatles song. So I haven't done this in a while. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. You're gonna lose that girl. You're gonna lose that girl. If you don't take her out tonight, she's gonna change her mind. And I will take her out tonight, and I will treat her kind. You're gonna lose that girl. You're gonna lose that girl. If you don't treat her right, my friend, you're gonna find her gone. 'Cause I will treat her right, and then you'll be the lonely one. You're gonna lose that girl. You're gonna lose that girl. You're gonna lose. I'll make a point of taking her away from you. Watch what you do, yeah. The way you treat her, what else can I do? You're gonna lose that girl. 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 You're gonna lose. I make a point of taking her away from you. Watch what you do, yeah. The way you treat her, what else can I do? If you don't take her out tonight, she's gonna change her mind. And I'll take her out tonight, and I'll treat her kind. You're gonna lose that girl. You're gonna lose that girl. You're gonna lose that girl. Oh man, I haven't done that forever. I couldn't even remember the name of that song last night. It's like, there's another Beatles song. And when I typed it into my YouTube history, it came up, and I went, that's the one. Oh, alright. Sunday, I debuted a brand new song, and only a couple people were here, which is fine. But I wanted to play it for a larger audience. The only challenge is it's 3 sheets of paper, so. Oh, gee, I can see. Amy says, sounds great. Thank you. I haven't played it since, nor have I rehearsed it. But again, I like living on the edge, so let's just put it out there and see how it comes out this time. It actually wasn't too bad last time. I was kind of concerned about a couple of the, give me a second, the chord changes, but I managed to get through them, so let's see if I can do it again. Well, I'm going to do it again, so I'm trying to get these papers to, you should see this. This is like I feel like a Keystone Cop for those who, or like a Marx Brothers movie. Trying to get these things. All right, I'm going to have to kind of look in different directions, but I'll get through this. I love this song. I love this Motown stuff, man. I was raised on. See if I can remember the key. Okay, here we go. Marvin, he was a friend of mine, and he could sing his song, his heart in every line. Marvin sang of the joy and pain. He opened up our mind, and I can still hear him say, oh, talk to me so you can see what's going on. Say you will sing your songs forevermore, evermore, evermore. It's gonna be some sweet sounds coming down on the night shift. I bet you're singing proud, I bet you pull a cry. Gonna be a long night, it's gonna be alright on the night shift. You found another home, I know you're not alone on the night shift. Jackie, hey, what you doing now? It seems like yesterday when we were working out. Jackie, whoa, you set the world on fire. You came and gifted us. Your love, it lifted us higher and higher. Keep it up, and we'll be there at your side. Oh, say we'll sing your songs forevermore, evermore, evermore. Gonna be some sweet sounds coming down on the night shift. I bet you're singing proud, oh, I bet you'll pull a cry. Gonna be a long night, it's gonna be alright on the night shift. You found another home, I know you're not alone on the night shift. Gonna be some sweet sounds, yeah, coming down on the night shift. I bet you're singing pride, I know you are. Oh, I bet you pull a crowd, yeah. Gonna be a long night, it's gonna be alright on the night shift. You found another home, I know you're not alone on the night shift. Gonna miss your sweet voice, that soulful noise on the night shift. We'll all remember you, your songs are coming through on the night shift. At the end of a long day, it's gonna be okay on the night shift. You found another home, I know you're not alone on the night shift. On the night shift. It's only the second time I've done it. I haven't even rehearsed it since last time. I missed a couple of the chord changes. But I've always loved that Commodore song. And of course, if you don't know, that's Marvin, about Marvin Gaye and Jackie Wilson, who I didn't know until recently. I knew they both passed away. I knew what the song was about. The lyrics are taken from a couple of the songs. Jackie Wilson had a song called Working Out, so they added that. And of course, Marvin's the Ecology song, What's Going On. Sorry, brother, brother. What I didn't know is they died in the same year, and that's when the Commodores wrote that, I think 1986. Something I did know, I heard on Channel 76, the Elvis channel last year, Sirius XM. So, among others, such as James Brown and other wonderful black singers, Elvis was very close friends with James Brown, but he was a really good friend and loved Jackie Wilson. And Jackie Wilson was on stage in I think it was 84, like 2 years before he passed away. And he was singing one of his big hits, and he fell to the ground, and everybody thought it was part of the act because he was a very physical entertainer. And he actually had a stroke right in the middle of the concert. And he lived, I think, for 2 years, but Elvis Presley paid for most of his hospital bill, all of his hospital bills, which I did not know until I heard that. And I looked it up the other night, and it's true. So Elvis was a huge Jackie Wilson fan. So they both passed, I think, in 86, and that's when the Commodores wrote that song, Night Shift. I worked the night shift for many years. Nita worked the night shift on my shift for many years. So we have an affinity for the night shift, and I just love that anyway. But I always wanted to learn that. And despite my head cold, I feel like my vocals are really strong in that. I'm going to have to polish that up a little bit. Amy says, sounds great. I'm your Mark brother. Here's to you. Great song. Thanks, Amy. Thanks, Kelsey. Great rendition. Yeah, it's only the second time I've done it. I did it on Sunday, and that was the first time I'd ever debuted that. Thanks, Gene. Cheers, Mark. I got this hot Glühwein thing kind of going on. With a cinnamon stick and orange sliced in there. All right, did I miss any requests? Type them in. Here's your chance. In that documentary, The Wrecking Crew, Sound City, where Dave Grohl got that Neve studio. It was a console from Sound City recording studio when it closed. He got that console and put it in his studio. Then he invited all these people that ever recorded on it to come and write new songs, and he had Paul McCartney come in there. And Paul McCartney's standing in his studio, and everybody's nervous because it's Paul McCartney. And Paul goes, well, since we don't know what we're doing, we can do anything we want. And then they wrote this song called Mama, where he's yelling Mama really loud. And then Dave Grohl gets done and he goes, man, I wish it was that easy to write all the time. And Paul goes, it can be. So I was thinking, well, since I don't know what I'm playing, we can play anything you want to hear. That was my bridge to that. Mark says, sounds great, you're a trooper. Well, thank you all for spending some time in here as well on pre-Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving Eve. Type in some requests on my stuff. I don't like my friends leaving open-handed. As you know, and I'm not sticking to an 8 o'clock shutdown, so whatever you want to hear, I'll play. Kevin and Jean. Z, this came to me. Z, I don't think you grew up here. For some reason, why do I think you were in the Bay Area, California? Nita grew up here. Kevin and Jean grew up here. If I said Wallace and Ladmo, Mark, I don't know where you grew up. Would that name mean anything to you? Would we be up all night drinking Turkish coffee, talking about at some cafe about the Wallace and Ladmo show? Somebody type in if I'm not the only one. I know I'm not, if you're still listening. And if you are, Kelsey says, play the Adam Sandler and Dock of the Bay. Yes. Mark says, oh yeah, so I don't know if you guys remember, They did a they used to do like the 30th anniversary show, then the 35th anniversary show. You can find these on DVD and tape. And I grew up down the street from Christown, so we would ride our bikes on Saturday to the Christown Theater and watch them do the live show. But on the 35th anniversary, Mike Condello wrote this song and played it live. And it was about the history of the show because Mike Condello went to North High, the late great Mike Condello, and he was 16 years old, didn't even have a driver's license, and Ladmo picked him up every day to go to the show because Mike Condello at 16 was the musical conductor for the show, and he's the one that wrote the theme song, Ho Ho Ha Ha Hee Ha Ha. If you didn't grow up here, I don't know how to explain it to you, but it makes no sense, but it's still the Guinness record for the longest running continuous kids show cast for 35 years. Z says, I grew up in Iowa. I saw a little bit of Wallace and Lamb when I moved here in '87. Okay, good. Yeah, Condello was a genius. Yep, he actually went Saturday at Christown once. Yep, I missed a Ladmo bag by 2 seats. Wallboy. So Mike Condello on the 35th anniversary show wrote this song called 1954. And I have a CD that you can buy that's got like 36 songs. It's all the stuff they did on the show, all the way back to Hubcap and the Wheels with Pat McMahon. So there's this beautiful song. I haven't played this in years. I think the last time I played this was when I was still playing at the coffee shop. So this just came to me and I haven't even rehearsed it. But it's this beautiful song Mike Condello wrote, talking about growing up and listening to watching the Wallace Ladmo show every day after school. And in the morning, when I was a kid, you could watch it at 7:30 and then at 4 o'clock. So I haven't done this in forever. I'm not going to say I don't know, but I will. I'm going to get through it. So I wanted you to hear this. It's called 1954. Long before there was flower power, there was black and white, and there was Eisenhower. I was coming home after school and eat some bowl of gruel sold by the shaky Grange. On my TV there were a couple of guys I liked to see. I was kicking back on the floor in 1954. Then came Ladmo bags and Grudgemeyer gags and Auntie Maud in a shawl. Captain Super, get the scooper, and that Gerald still makes my skin crawl. I'd rush home at 4 p.m. Then I was one of them. Long before there was flower power, there was black and white, and there was Eisenhower. I was kicking back on the floor with a TV by the door in 1954. Wow, I haven't played that in years. I can't believe I actually pulled that out. That was a great song Mike Condello sang. I have, I think, the DVD or VHS copies of that. I used to be able to buy them from Channel 5, KPHO, where it was an independent station before it went CBS here. So that just came to me. I was supposed to play that, so I just did it. I haven't even run through it. Mark Konecki says, yes. No clue what that means. I know, Amy. I know how to explain. It was the longest running kids show here in the Valley for 35 years. Longest running continuous cast for a kids show. Wallace, Bill Thompson started it in 1955 as Wallace Sneed on a show called It's Wallace, ? And then Lad Kwiatkowski joined him as a camera operator at locally owned Channel 5 KPHO. And then they developed Wallace and Ladmo, the TV show. And then Pat McMahon came on and played all these characters. If you go into YouTube and just type in Wallace Lambo, you'll be up all night watching. You'll get an idea. So Pat McMahon, who I got my picture with a couple years ago when I did a live song for Christmas on a local channel. I don't know what it's called, TV 7 or 9 or something. I got my picture with him, and he played Captain Super, Gerald, Aunt Maud, not Guy Good, but Marshall Good, all these characters on the show. It was just fantastic. It was so funny, and then they played cartoons a lot. So anybody that grew up watching Wallace and Lambo, that should have brought you back to a misty piece of nostalgia. The Mim, I've seen that display. Yes. Thanks, Mark. Lambo's a very good baseball. Yes, he played for ASU, played for the Sun Devils and got serious, but went from MLB. He opted for working television. That's really cool. That's true. Really neat. You're welcome. All right, let me go back up. I had at least 1 or 2 requests. Oh, Amy, Dock of the Bay, and then Kels asked for the Adam Sandler song, which I will end on. So yes, but I'll take anything else in between them. So let's do the Dock of the Bay. Sip 'em if you got 'em. Welcome to Wine Down Wednesday, pre-Thanksgiving show, where I still have drainage, but again, like the great Eddie Wilson from Eddie and the Cruisers 2 said, music's got to breathe, man. It's got to live. So, and the show must go on. Sitting in the morning sun, I'll be sitting in the evening comes, watching the ships roll in, then I watch them roll away again. I'm just sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Ooh, we're sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. Left my home in Georgia, headed for the Frisco Bay. I ain't got nothing to live for, look like nothing gonna come my way. So I'm just gonna sit on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Ooh, we sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. Look like nothing gonna change, everything remains the same. I can't do what 10 people tell me to do, so I guess I'll remain the same. I'm just sitting here, resting my bones, and this loneliness won't leave me alone. 2,000 miles I roam, just to make this dock my home. So I'm just gonna sit on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Ooh, we're sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. By request. Always a great song. The late great Otis Redding. Oh, sorry, I forgot to warn you in advance. I try to do that. Oh. All right. Let me check it and see. And he says, "Thank you. You're welcome." Any others before I close out with by request for the Adam Sandler Wedding Singer song, which I love? Still good. It's only down to warm, but I'm gonna have to heat this up. I think it's good for my throat and my chest. All right, going once, going twice. Nobody on this pre-Thanksgiving Eve. Thank you so much for checking in. It's been great. I can do some music because I figured tomorrow people are going to be busy, so I'm glad well, it's always going to fall on a Thursday, now that I think about it. However, Christmas and New Year's are on Wednesdays this year, so I'm going live both days. We're going to see who shows. Christmas Eve would be New Year's Eve would be a bad night to do that, but I think New Year's Day, for whoever survived the pub crawl, as they call it, and whatever your New Year's looks like, I think I'll have some takers on New Year's Day. I don't know about Christmas, so I'm going live anyway. All right, so let's end this on Adam Sandler, the Wedding Singer song, Grow Old With You, by request. I want to make you smile whenever you're sad, carry you around when your arthritis is bad. All I want to do is grow old with you. I get you medicine when your tummy aches, build you a fire if the furnace breaks. Yeah, it can be so nice growing old with you. I'll miss you, kiss you, give you my coat when you are cold. I need you, feed you, and even let you hold the remote control. So let me do the dishes in our kitchen sink, put you to bed when you've had too much to drink. I could be the man who grows old with you. I'll miss you, kiss you, I take your shoes off and massage your feet. I need you, feed you, and when we play checkers I'll let you cheat. So let me do the dishes in our kitchen sink, put you to bed when you've had too much to drink. I could be the one who grows old with you. I want to grow old with you. All right, by request. Thanks so much, my tribe. That's been a great night. Amy says, thank you, you're welcome. And to Kelsey for that. Happy Thanksgiving, Jean says to everyone. Oh, thanks so much. And I know you'll all spend some time tomorrow with loved ones or friends or with whomever, and thinking about and just being grateful for every day that we have here. And so he says, thanks, great set. Thanks for checking in and for the requests. And as always, namaste. The divinity in me recognizes and honors the divinity in you. Thanks for keeping yourselves healthy, those immune systems bolstered up. Thanks for tuning in tonight on this, as Kevin says, Happy Hump Day, Wind Down Wednesday, pre-Thanksgiving set, sliding into hopefully an extended, Thanksgiving weekend. You're welcome, Amy. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well. I will be back live, same bat time and channel on Friday, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time for Fiesta Friday for anybody that can check in. So it'll be great seeing you. Between now and then, have a great Thanksgiving, and as always, give up thanks for everything that you're grateful for. I am, and I'm grateful tonight for all of you for being my tribe, and thanks for checking in and giving a space for my music to breathe, which I'm grateful for. All right, have a great night, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving to you all, and we'll see you next time.